Welcome to the Ed Answer Key, the podcast where in the time it takes to complete hall duty and attendance, we embark on an educational adventure for both teachers and families. So whether you're a seasoned educator or a family navigating the school system, buckle up for the Ed Answer Key. What do you guys think about standardized testing?
I hate it.
Really?
Yeah, I hate it.
Why?
Well, because of
Tell us how you really feel.
the group that I work with, mostly they're smart. They're capable of doing everything a student can do, but because there's such a language barrier there, they can't demonstrate how smart they are in standardized testing.
I see both sides because I started off as an ENL para and I felt exactly how you did. No, I hated standardized testing because my kids and kids like me, we can't do this. It's not fair. It's a disadvantage. But then now I'm a teacher and I'm on the other side. And I've talked with other teachers and PDs because as an ENL para, I didn't go to very many of these PDs. And I've met people like who have said, that exact statement about standardized testing. It's a measure of just in general, where we are as a state. I feel like it is good. As an educator, I feel like you should be able to pass a standardized test for the state.
Sure.
It's standards, right? Like we're supposed to be teaching standards. You should know the standards. You should practice your standards.
I think it's necessary, though. I mean, is there anything else that we have that is relatively objective that a parent would be able to reference as far as the impact of either a teacher or a school as it comes to their child, other than a standardized test?
And also you have to think about the way students are taught because everyone's not taught the same. You can have access to the same curriculum,
yes,
but because you have different teachers that do different things and some might do their own thing, that just muddies the water. So by the time you think about the type of the instruction that the students are getting, even though they might have access to the same curriculum, it's not equitable access, and all that plays into the results that you get. And so then when you get these results, what accountability is there, whether it's the way the instruction was implemented, so something the teacher needs to improve on, or maybe if you have a curriculum that has an assessment like a growth measure, maybe it doesn't match up to the standardized test. So while they're showing growth, whatever it is they're being assessed on standardized wise is not matching up. So all of those play a factor. But I do think there needs to be something that measures students across the board to see if they're getting it so they can continue to be successful on their academic path. And right now, standardized tests.
Absolutely.
I agree with that.
Because think about like transiency rates with our ENL population. Like transiency is a big thing there. A standardized test, at least, I know it's once a year that you're giving this, but at least that shows where the deficiencies are with this particular student. Ultimately, I think the best case scenario is that the parents would be able to have this package that they would have access to, that whether they are at this school or they transition to another school or another state or whatever, at least the things that they're proficient in, that they're challenged in, whether it be the state standard or a Common Core standard, it shows where they are. We should not get away from, but is it at its optimal level right now as far as the execution of it? I don't think so.
Yeah,
I think it could be better.
I do too.
And really reflect, like you said, some of the other students that have that knowledge, but then also be able to convey those knowledges in their own language or in some type of format where language isn't such a barrier. Thanks so much for joining us for this episode of the Ed Answer Key. Your support means the world to us. Be sure to stay in the loop about upcoming topics by downloading our free podcast companion at www.edanswerkey.com. So until next time, class dismissed.